Well, Mary, I've been waiting on you to wake up today. I mean, I'm glad you're up and moving around. And I hate that we have to go over this again. But since today, I just decided I'm just not doing anything today. I'm just going on strike. Just gonna quit and just sit here and, keep going back and forth with you as often as I can because that's what you want me to do. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just laying up here in the bed, just being lazy. And I'm kind of liking it, if you know what I mean. I bet you do know what I mean, because you about the laziest thing I've ever seen. So I know you know what I mean. It feels kind of good, okay? Well, let me get right to the point, because, maybe I talk too much and you just forget what I said. I tell you the answers to the questions that you have, but you seem to forget. So I'm gonna try to use fewer words, all right, and make this a little short, because I have a feeling we're going to have a busy, busy day today. And I'm enjoying it. It is truly pleasurable. I didn't say that correctly, but that's okay because I'm a little tired, which makes me a little silly. And just getting to spend this time with you just makes me just laugh really good. Okay, let's get back to the point because we've went over this before. But I think I may have talked too slow and maybe talked too much. So let me get to the point. I know how it is. I know how people are too. You just don't want to talk too much. All right, let's recap, okay? Because I know this one by heart. All right, the wheel proof you were just producing was the same ones you keep on producing. Okay, well it's pointless. All right, honey, let me explain it to you one more time. First, I'm going to explain what a living will is exactly what it says. It is a living will, not a. It's not a catch me when I'm dead will. It's a living will. I have one for myself. It's where you give your directive at what you want, what you don't want. Do you want to be medicated? Which Lord knows I do. Want to be heavily medicated. And what you want and who will take care of your finances, if where you can't do it, all right? So, you were not on the living will. I mean, I promise, she would not. If you recall, you had to give me the credit cards, okay? She did not trust you with her living body and finances, because I don't think she thought she would ever go. Well, anyway, I got to try to be still, because I'm in this bed, and I don't want to expose, everything, but, okay. A living will is void at the time of death. Well, none of us even knew she had a living will. Now, Catherine and I found it in her safety deposit box at the bank. That's where she had it, which does her no good in that safety deposit box if you don't tell no one you have one. So anyway, oh, and second thing, most very important thing, Catherine and I did, in fact, go to a lawyer. And we presented him with everything that we found in that box and anything we had laying around. Okay, which was a trust, a revocable, I'm going to say it slow, okay? She had a revocable trust, which I can pull up the records on it and show you that it was always and never has been in your name. It was Larry's, and then at the time of his death, it went straight to mom, easy peasy, okay? I'm gonna get one myself because it makes it easier for those that you leave it to, whoever's on that paper, it's easy to transfer it, okay? So, when I tell you to figure it out, honey, it's something I do every day. I figure out things every day. And so do millions of other people. And it's surprising too, honey, that even people who are bipolar, schizophrenic, um, compound PTSD and PMS and CTPS or whatever all those initials are, all those people figure it out. You're the only one with such a severe case that you can't even get over period cramps. Okay, well, let me get on because I'm rattling there. Let me help you. All right, you're proof once again is a text message from a cousin, and I know exactly who it is, and you taking legal advice from her. Well, God bless you. I mean, she was a stripper and all. I'm sure that she may have done a lawyer once or twice, but sadly, she probably as smart as the rest of them, as smart as you, and thinks that just because you sleep with one, you get all that transferred knowledge, from the procreating part. Well, it don't work that way. You can sleep with a million scientists and you're still going to be dumb. You're not going to be no smarter. There is no transfer of knowledge. Okay, it just don't work that way. So you took some legal advice from a stripper because probably you too think that you can get knowledge that way. Well, like I said, it don't work that way. Look it up, Google it. You're good at that. Okay, well you so proud of your little proof there. November 19, 2015 at 3:30 p.m. Okay, let's get right to it because I done wasted 6 minutes going over this just to get you. Okay, now listen up, hon. Listen up. Okay, I'm gonna read this to you real quickly. Evelyn Virginia Gove, 84, passed away Sunday, November 15th, 2015, which was my grandson's birthday, by the way. She was born November 3rd, 1931 in Houston, Georgia, to the late Sherman and Sini Gregory, by the way. Um, and it goes on to say she was, her husband Larry had died, and it tells how many brothers and sisters. I'm not going to read them all because some of them are, I don't know how many of them are alive or not, but I really don't care. Okay, let me just keep on here. Okay. Funeral services will be held Thursday, November 19th at 1 p.m. in the chapel of Cedar Bay Funeral Home. Are you with me, Mary? Well, if you're not, maybe everybody else is. Those that want to get through this. Okay. And then it said, we took Mom to Green Lawn Cemetery, which is on the other side of town. And it was during traffic, which, well, we won't go in. You'll bring it up again. I'll address it again then. Because it's funny. November 19th, by the way, is my other grandson's birthday. All right, so we had the funeral on November 19th after her passing on November 15th. Let's follow along, Mary. Follow along. Follow the bouncing ball. And we had to go from one side of town to the other in Jacksonville's traffic. So that's why, we had the limos so they could take us there and we wouldn't have to, no people wouldn't have to drive. That was the intention, so people didn't have to drive in that traffic. And we didn't take the long way, dummy. We had to get to the cemetery to get Mama in there because, they didn't want to wait on us too dang long. All right, so we got there around, it was around 4 because we just barely made it because they wanted us to get there rather quickly. All right, you said November 19th, 3:30. So instead of you sitting behind us at the funeral home, let me help you with the truth because you just made it clear for me. All right, you were sitting you were sitting with us at the funerals, at the burial site, in the rain, just passing them like notes, okay, with the lawyer stripper who thinks she got knowledge from the men she slept with, and you do too, and it sounds perfectly reasonable to you, and that's okay. God bless you. I'm not gonna beat you up about it, but look it up. Okay, look it all up. And living will, once again, darling, is only when you're what? Let's say it together. Alive, living. If you are living, you have a living will, if you so desire. She did not have a valid will. But in the state of Florida, look it up, hon. In the state of Florida, even if she had the trust The revocable trust is the values on that. That will take that comes above a will. All right. So if there'd been anything different, it would the trust would have trumped it. The only other thing you need to understand is I am not the one. I was there through all of everything that went on after Mom's passing. We paid all the bills. We paid $100,000 in taxes. We had the money was transferred, wired to another account in my other sister's name, and then we discussed and talked, and we agreed to give you the $10,000 that you blew, pissed away, whatever you want to call it, and the property out there. Now, granted, I wish I'd went and went. I'm wishing we wouldn't have done that. But you know how she is. She didn't want to deal with nothing. So anyhow, that was it. That's what we done. And we told you to figure it out. Well, you couldn't. All right, and you're figuring it out now, though, ain't you? You really are. You ain't figured out nothing. You still beating up the. You still beating the same dead horse. And I'm gonna tell you something. Dead is dead. It's not gonna get up and run on. All right, it's dead. Quit beating it. Quit beating that horse. It ain't getting up, and it ain't changing. All right, it's still dead. So stop it. All right, now so I hope I cleared this up for you. We did see a lawyer. We the will if she had a whole bunch of them, Mary, but she never signed them. She never returned them. Probably because another lawyer that she probably gave money to said that the trust would outweigh the the will. Now, if you think that you could do her wrong, because you want to say she ain't very smart. She's very smart, Mary. She's very smart. She took and made it. She made it, okay? She did good. All right, you the one that wasn't so very smart and was using the hell out of her. An elderly woman, you using her. I'm gonna tell you something. In her younger days, she'd have whooped your ass. You understand? I don't like cussing in my house now, but you know I gotta say that. I'm gonna say ass. All right. You know it's that backside with the crack in it. You've always had a back with a crack in it. I mean, you ain't got no ass, but you got a back with a crack. I gotta get off of here because I know we'll be talking again later. Bye now.